Ah, here we go again, Anna. This is Earl Purdy, Earl Raj Purdy, and Anna Kujawa. And we just studying together, and we're going to do the Course in Miracles and apply it to our situations in our life. And if it can help you do the same thing, that's great. But we just relaxing, having a good time, and studying. So, Earl Purdy.
Anna Kujawa.
And we're gonna, and this the Course in Miracles, the ultimate reality show.
Ultimate reality show.
And we thought, and Anna and I are going to do the Holy Instant and Special Relationships on page 312 in the Course in Miracles text. So I read it, and then she tells me what she heard, and then she reads it, and I tell her what I heard, and we apply it. That's it. Just have a good time.
Just doing what we do.
Just doing what we do.
Doing what we do.
Just doing what we do. The Holy Instant and Special Relationships. The Holy Instant and Special Relationships. And the Course defines the holy as innocent, one of the definitions. So the innocent, instant, and the special relationship. So the Holy Instant is the Holy Spirit's most useful learning device for teaching you love's meaning, Anna. I'll say it again. The Holy Instant is the Holy Spirit's most useful learning device for teaching you love's meaning. Because the purpose of a holy instant, the purpose of a holy instant is to suspend judgment entirely. So the purpose of a healing instant is to entirely suspend judgment. Judgment always rests on the past. Judgment always rests on the past. For past experience is the basis on which you judge. Past experience is the basis on which you judge. The basis on which you judge is past experience. Judgment becomes impossible without the past. Judgment becomes impossible without the past. Judgment becomes impossible without the past. For without the past, you do not understand anything. Without the past, you don't understand anything. Without the past, you don't understand anything. Without your past, you don't understand anything.
You mean without my past, I don't understand anything?
Without your past, you don't understand anything. Without your past, you don't understand anything.
Wow.
You make no attempt to judge.
Without my past.
You make no attempt to judge. It would be because it would be quite apparent to you that you don't understand what anything means. So you stop attempting to judge when you recognize that you don't understand what anything means. You are afraid of this. You are afraid of this, not understanding what anything means, not judging, because you believe that without the ego, which is the same as saying you believe that without judgment, all would be chaos. Yet I assure you, Anna, that without the ego, without judgment, without fear, without your past, Anna, all would be love. If you could just get rid of your past, that would be nothing but love in the world.
Well, I've heard that before.
If you just get rid of your past, baby.
We can have it all.
You could have it all. You know, as a matter of fact, you have a really nice past. You really do. You got a nice past.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Apparently, I think so, too. I'm totally obsessed with it.
Yes. You got a nice round past. you really do. And no doubt about it. So what did you hear me say, Anna Kujawa?
Okay. So first thing I heard you say was, in that moment, where for just an instant, it didn't say a minute, but just an instant, if I would be willing to suspend judgment, that in that moment, in just that willingness, I could be taught what love really means. So I'm learning how to have instances without my past.
You're learning how to have instances without your past.
Right. Exactly. And in those moments, without my past, I realize I don't understand anything.
So you realize without your past, let me get this straight, without your past, it's interesting that he's starting out this way, and the name of this section is the Holy Instant and Special Relationships. So it just seems like it's far removed to where he's going. So I know Spirit's getting ready to slam us. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like how Holy Spirit just sets up the premise, you know. It's like, you know, so you're saying that without your past, what?
Okay. In that moment where I let go, I suspend judgment, meaning I let go of my past. In that moment, I realize that I don't know anything, that I really don't understand anything. And then it's only my experience from my past that makes me think I understand anything now. And in that moment, without my past, I would see that to judge is insane. I would make no attempt to judge because it'd be quite apparent that I don't understand what anything means. It's those types of moments, it's those kinds of moments that enable Holy Spirit to teach us what love really means. Isn't that interesting?
And what types of moments?
In the moment where I've let go of my past,
Okay.
and so I'm not judging, and in that moment, then that's where he's going, because it's those moments that teach you what love really means, and then your relationships, that's the goal.
The goal in the relationship should be to learn what love really means. And see, like I'm reading the course right now again and recording it, and everywhere it says love, I'm seeing freedom.
Nice.
It's really weird, like what you just said. You know that if the purpose of a relationship is to learn the meaning of love,
right.
It sounds totally different if you say the purpose of a relationship is to learn the meaning of freedom.
Right. Wow. Yeah. To me, they those words almost sound opposite.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. So
relationship equals freedom.
Right,
wow.
Right. So that's why I'm substituting, because I want to get that. When I said love, I'm talking about. I want to learn the true meaning of freedom with you. That's funny. Woo. The purpose of a relationship is to learn the true meaning of freedom, and that's usually where you restrict yourself the most. That's hilarious, isn't it?
That's right. They seem like opposites.
Yeah, it seems like, I'm going to the thing that's most restrictive in order to experience the most freedom.
And how sad that that's what relationships have come to mean for us. Restriction. Wow. Okay. So it's those kinds of moments that enable you and I to learn what it really means to love another person. In those moments where we suspend judgment and we let go of our past. Oh, yes, and there's a very good reason why I will do anything, and I mean anything, besides suspend judgment for a moment.
Why?
Because I believe that without my judgments based on what I experienced in the past, everything would be complete chaos. Everything would be complete chaos.
If you did not what? Everything would be complete chaos if you did what?
If I, for one moment, didn't decide what everything meant based on my past experience and told myself what was happening based on my past experience.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I believe if I don't use my past learning, if I don't use my past experience, that's when chaos is really going to happen.
Completely.
Yeah, because if I haven't used what I've learned,
that's right.
If you're not using what you've learned.
Ooh, that's right. Everything would go out of control.
Everything would go out of control. So it sounds like, it sounds like the Course in Miracles is trying to get me to do things that would destroy me.
Yes. That's why I have a little resistance to A Course in
Miracles. You think
Miracles.
so? It sounds like it's telling you to do something that might utterly destroy you. You let that be cause resistance?
I sure react to the Course like that.
And then what is Jesus assuring you about? You're afraid it's going to be chaos.
Right. But what would really happen in one of those moments when I didn't decide what was happening by myself based on my past experience, not only would I not lose control of my life, but all I would experience in that moment is perfect love.
So the only thing you would experience in a moment that you didn't use what you think is perfect love and freedom.
The moment you didn't think your thoughts.
Don't you see the joke of that? Well,
the moment you didn't think by yourself.
Yes, as long as you don't think your thoughts, you're going to experience complete happiness. Jesus is so funny to me. It's like, as long as you don't think your thoughts based on your past experience, you're going to have everything's fine. It's going to work for you when you don't use your crazy butt.
That's right.
That's
exactly.
Oh, man.
For one moment, if you won't think your thoughts.
Yeah, but for 1 second, if you won't listen to your own little crazy ass.
Let's break it down.
Let's break it down. Then, really, Earl, everything would be love. Everything would be just, your life would be peachy keen if you didn't use nothing you think you know.
Or any of your past experience.
Any of your past experience.
Any of it.
Do not use your past experience to judge what could happen to you right now. Don't say, just because it happened, it didn't happen in the past, it couldn't happen now. Just because it went that way that in the past, it's going to go that way if I try to do that same thing now. If I wanted to be a successful musician now, I could say to myself, well, I tried to do that in the past and it didn't work out. And he's saying, well, don't use your past experience to judge anything now. Just because it happened in the past doesn't mean you couldn't pick your horn up tomorrow and you experience a success beyond your wildest imagination. Don't, just because you had that relationship that didn't work out in the past, don't you dare believe that that you can have a relationship that's beautiful right now. So if you get rid of your past thoughts about it, then you really could have the love. You really could have what you want.
So what you really should be saying about anything that is happening is, I don't know what this means. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, so
that's the best thing you can say.
Okay, so in my relationship with you, for instance, if the minute I felt a desire to judge you based on some past experience I've had with you, then that should be my clue to go into, I don't understand what this means. I don't understand what she's doing. I don't understand what she's doing. I don't understand what this means. As soon as I get ready to judge you in any way, or like I'm getting ready to talk about you, like, and she go and get, look how tight she dancing. Oh, see there? That's too much bliss. It's too much bliss. You know. Okay, so I'm getting ready to judge you, right? I go, okay, I should look at you all dancing and go, I don't understand what it means. I don't understand what that close dancing they're doing means. I don't understand all that hugging and squeezing and stuff that they're doing over there. I don't know what it means, and all that laughter and joy that I never received, because she don't ever laugh when I talk. Well, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So if I really get upset, I should be able to walk over to the two of you all and go, I don't really understand what this means. And that's right. I don't really understand what this means. I don't really understand what this means, and I don't want to use my own past learning as a light to guide me now, because if I did, I'd like hit you upside your head right now, dude. So I'm not going to use my past learning to right now, because I'd be slamming you upside the wall. So I'm going to say, why you holding my lady so tight? You know, that, you know,
I don't know what this means.
I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. That's deep.
That's it.
I'm getting ready to judge you. I don't know what this means.
Right. Because a holy instant is a moment when you say, I don't know what this means.
That is the holy.
That is the holy.
Okay, so a holy relationship is
I don't know what this relationship means.
Right. I don't know what this means relationship. It's a I don't know what this means relationship. So a holy relationship is a I don't know what this means relationship.
And I won't think any of my thoughts
and
about
I'm not going to think any of my thoughts about what this means, and I don't know what it means, and I'm not going to think any of my past thoughts from my past experiences about what this means. I'm not going to use my past judgments about what it's meant in the past when I saw somebody doing this. I'm not going to use that old perception. I'm going to say, I don't know what this means. And then love would happen. Then healing would happen.
That's right.
Wow.
That was one paragraph.
That was one paragraph.
I love reading with you. I love reading with you. Oh, it's always been heaven on earth.
Hey, that's the way I feel too. You don't fight. We don't fight the course.
Right.
You know, it's like course, you win. We
whatever
uncle,
you say,
aunt, whatever you say, God. Yes, whatever you say, God. Whatever. It's okay. You know, it's like I get it. I know you want me to be happy, even though I don't want me to be happy. I know you do. I know you want my joy more than I want my joy, and I know I have battled against your happiness and joy you want to give me all my life by making stupid choices made on my sense of being separate and guilty. But I really, I'm giving it up now. I'm willing to say I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean, God. I don't even understand what God means. I don't even understand what freedom means. So even when I said freedom, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's be clear. Just because I'm saying the word, don't you mistake that for me understanding. Because he's saying I can't use my He's saying I cannot use my own past experience of even what I learned freedom means.
Whoa. I don't even know what freedom means.
I just now realized I don't know what freedom means. Because if I can't, I just think it meant freedom of the body. I thought it meant my body would be more free to do things that my body would like to do. And I was always trying to come up with ways for my body's freedom. You know?
A lot of ways.
And he said, no, you got to change your whole perception of what freedom means. You can't even bring that in without having some chaos.
Wow.
So, so really, I'm in a relationship with you, or we're in a relationship with someone, really because we don't really know what anything means. And so the peace in the relationship with you would come from understanding at all times I don't understand what anything means about anything that we're doing anytime.
Now imagine that as the foundation of a relationship. Like that's what you come together on, and that's what you agree upon.
Don't neither one of y'all know a damn thing
about love. And about relationships.
Right. I don't know anything about love. I don't know what love is. If you want, love, I'd be like putting a sign around my neck telling people, love me at your own disclaimer. Love me at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? I can't promise you nothing. I'm crazy. I'm sometimes sane. Sometimes I'm insane. Sometimes I love people. Sometimes I don't want to be nowhere near them. Sometimes I'm a victim. Sometimes I'm powerful.
Yes.
You know, it's like, I'm going to tell you about me. I have dual opposing ideas in my mind.
Exactly.
And I go back and forth between them and then create pain and joy in my life. That's what I do. Now, if you want to go to a movie, we
can have some pleasure together.
We can do some popcorn, but I want you to be clear
about who
you're going out with. I don't know anything about what love is. I don't have the slightest idea what it means. I am going to be tempted to use my past experience with women, my past experience with dating, my past experience with everything, and I'm going to be tempted to bring it into this moment and think I understand what this date means. But if I really want to have a cool date, I would realize I don't understand what having a date means. I don't know what a date is. He said then it would be the happiest date I've ever had.
That's right.
Because you wouldn't judge it.
That's right.
As
you were saying that, I was thinking to myself, that's exactly the kinds of relationships that I want to have, where they start off with that conversation.
What conversation?
The disclaimer conversation, and then have them sign at the bottom.
But I do have a form. I do have a form email.
So you do have
I have made one. Yeah. Anytime somebody want to be close to me, it's like I had to do the initial make a PDF, scan it, send it back, and we'll go out.
I think we need a retina scan on that one, because they will try to deny it.
They will try to deny that I ever told them in the first place that I was who I am.
That was insane.
And, it's like, oh my God, my God. I try to do people a favor and just stay in a holy relationship with them.
So a holy relationship starts from the premise where we're saying to each other, I do not know what love means, but I'm willing to use our relationship to learn.
I don't know what love means, and I'm willing to use our relationship to learn.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done with our friendship for 25 years.
That's right. That's it.
It's like, come
on.
That's why it's lasted this long, because we vowed we never make each other special.
Out of our love.
About our love for each other.
I want to keep this relationship.
I love you so much, you'll never be my girlfriend. I wouldn't do that to you. I care too much about you for that. I would put all those scripts and guilt and expectations and stuff. So you have your special relationships, Anna, and then we'll discuss it and see how you can see them differently. So, and I'll have mine. But with each other, we're not going to do that to each other.
Right.
We're not going to put those special relationship scripts on each other. I know I don't understand what my relationship with you means, because every day it expands into realms that I never dreamed of. So how can I understand what it means if I'm seeing stuff I've never seen before, feeling stuff I've never felt before?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Have to be surprised.
It's like, oh, okay. I just feel like we just keep opening this door by trying to at least obey what the Holy Spirit is teaching with one relationship, and that's us, for an instant. It's like, I'll not judge you for an instant.
Okay.
You missed it. I'm judging you now.
That was fast.
That was fast. That was good. But that's as much innocence as you got. Your innocence can only be seen in an instant. It's like an eclipse. It comes around every 100 years. You better. That's the way we treat it.
So true.
But again, that's the humor of the course. Like he's saying to us, all right, gang. I want y'all to see ourselves as innocent. Just one instant. No, we can't do it. Yes, you can.
You can do it.
You can do it. You could see yourself and deserve it. Just
one instant.
Just one instant. No, I can't do it. That's all he's asking us to do. And we're gonna. This is hard.
That's right. This is
very
hard. Complex.
This is very complex.
The course sure is wordy. You ever heard that one?
Yeah, the Course in Miracles. It's so weird. They really just get to the point. And just say the same thing over and over again. No, it's saying the same thing over and over again in different ways, trying to get your attention. And obviously, it hasn't got your attention yet because you're not doing it. It is your path. Those of you who are course students and you know this is your path, I'm only talking to you. You must feel innocent about how little you practice it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want y'all to feel innocent. That's right. All course students out there, I want you to feel innocent if you don't practice a damn thing the Course in Miracles says do. Even though you talk it all the time and you discuss it and you go to classes and you debate and you philosophize and you try to see whose perception of it is the correct one and whose school of thought is the best one. Just all this. You are innocent as you go through all of that stuff. You are innocent.
Yes.
That's always the
love
message a Course in Miracles student gives to them. You might make mistakes. Mistakes are for correction. I'm not saying you're not going to do some dumb crap now, but I am saying that you will. And if you want to have honest relationships with people, you need to let them know you're going to sometimes act completely and totally insane because you don't know how to love all the time.
Because you're learning.
Because you're learning.
Because you're learning how to love.
You're learning how to love.
Yep.
You know, I'm not going to do it right all the time.
That's
obvious.
I've never heard a Course in Miracles teacher give his course student release from guilt blessing. It's the course student release from guilt blessing.
Finally, I must want it. You know what I'm saying? Finally, I must want to feel innocent.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
I must want to
That's
feel.
What's happening.
Yeah, it's like I'm so ready to feel innocent right now that I even see your guilty buddy's innocent.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even see you as innocent. I'm desperate.
Well, you must be.
I am. I'm so desperate. I'm so desperate. I see you as innocent.
Mr.
Anna.
Judge me based on your past experience.
That's right.
You must be desperate for peace.
Not only am I judging you based on my past experience, but I'm not even judging you. I'm judging you based on my past experience of somebody else.
Whoa.
That's how much I love you.
Not even your past experience of me.
Not even you. No. I'm judging you by. I'm judging you by the woman before you. You are not gonna do to me what she did. So I'm really looking at you in terms of the person that was before you.
Right. Doesn't even have anything to do with
Don't have anything to do with you.
Wow.
That's why there's the chaos in the relationship because I'm having a relationship with a woman that's not even there anymore.
That's right.
The past one.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that qualifies.
The gone one.
Right. That qualifies as an insane relationship.
Yeah,
now you have an insane relationship with me.
Absolutely, because I'm judging you according to somebody you weren't.
That's right.
And that makes perfect sense to me. And I think if I don't judge you according to my past experience, all is going to be chaos.
Right.
Because
if I don't judge you based on him before you, then my life will be chaotic.
Right. So to make sure that you're not going to be hurt this time, you've got to judge me based on this other guy that wasn't even me.
Right.
In order to know how to treat me who's not him. And we wonder why relationships are so screwed up. We have relationships with people
who aren't there.
Thank you.
That's right. Having relationships with people who aren't there.
Yeah, because you aren't anybody else.
But then projecting that person onto their body.
You're gonna make up for me. You're gonna make up to me what every woman before you did not do.
Wow, sounds like a lot of fun.
That's okay. Hey,
for me, a lot of fun.
Hey, but I got HBO.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so it's a good trade-off. It's a good trade-off.
It's looking better by the minute.
Right.
Maybe that is worth selling my soul for.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing it my way.
You have something worth selling my soul for.
Isn't that a trip?
Wow.
What is it I could possibly offer you that would be worth selling your soul for?
Yeah. Well, you said you had HBO, right? No, you weren't just bullshitting me, were you? You said you had HBO. Come on now. All right.
I got Netflix.
Okay, all right.
Is that cool?
Yes, you're getting warmer.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So
now I'm going to read to you.
Now you're going to read to me.
Okay.
All right.
So,
I love studying with you. It's
we
so
go
much
off.
fun. It's so much fun.
We have to release ourselves from course teacher guilt.
It's so much fun. It's like hearing this incredible truth going through me at the same time being with someone that I know loves and appreciates me and recognizes me and is freeing me and wants to practice the truth with me, who loves me too much to ever think just fall in love with me. It's like, it feels so good to have a holy relationship, which means I don't know what this means.
Exactly.
I don't know what our relationship means.
That's what a really safe relationship means and says. Yeah. All right. So, the past is the ego's chief learning device. The past has been our chief learning device.
Okay.
Because why? Because it was in our past that we learned to define our own needs and also acquired methods for meeting our needs on our own terms. That's what the past was for us. That's what the past is.
One sentence.
That was one sentence.
I mean, that's one sentence.
So what is the past? It's the place where I defined my own needs and then made up ways to meet those needs.
Right.
That's what the past is.
That's what we do. That's all we're taught to do. Define your own needs.
Define your own needs.
Acquire methods.
According to the past.
And acquire methods for me. Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's what the past is.
Okay.
Okay. Now, then he says, we have said that to limit love to part of the sonship.
And the first time I read this paragraph.
We like he's saying, we already said this before. We have said that to limit love to part of the family of God.
That's the sonship.
To limit love to part of the family of God is to bring guilt into all your relationships, which means really just to make all your relationships unreal.
Wow.
Bringing guilt into your relationships means making them unreal. So if I limit love to one person, then I limit all of my relationships to being unreal.
And limiting sex to one person has nothing to do with limiting love to one person. And that's what I'm really seeing. You can limit sex to one person.
Might be more peaceful.
Might be more peaceful in the long run if you don't realize you're innocent. Because you just be creating a lot of drama.
Exactly.
But once you realize you're innocent, you can do anything. That's what people don't realize. And once you've decided the punishment cannot happen to you, then there's nothing you aren't free to experience safely. But if you know you got guilt, then you probably need to limit yourself a little bit until you kind of get rid of the guilt. But that's what. And so what I just heard. Anyway, go ahead, because I want you to finish. I want you to finish. Yeah,
so,
I want you to finish. Yeah, go ahead.
So if you limit love to part of the family of God, you really limit the love of all your relationships, meaning you make all your relationships unreal. Because if you seek to separate out certain aspects of the totality.
What?
If you seek to separate out certain aspects of the totality.
Okay, say that in regular language.
If you seek to separate out certain people.
Okay.
From all the people.
Okay.
And then you look to those certain people to meet your imagined needs.
So I look for certain people to
meet your imagined needs.
I
look for certain people, not to the truth.
Right.
I look to certain people.
Okay.
To meet needs that I made up.
Needs that I'm making up.
That I fantasize on that.
Okay.
If you do that, then what's happening is that you are using pain to save you. You are using loneliness to save you. If you separate out certain people, look to certain people to meet your made-up needs, like that's what you're for.
That's your purpose. That's your function. That's why you're in the world, is to meet my imagined needs.
Right, and that's why we're in a relationship.
It's to meet each other's imagined needs.
Right. I'm going to make up some needs based on my past that have nothing to do with you, and then I'm going to try to get you to meet those made up needs based on what happened in the past and nothing to do with you. Okay?
Boy, if you weren't so fine, I wouldn't do none of this. I wouldn't do none of this whatsoever. Thank you.
That was honest. Okay.
That's got to be some imagined need that I would have that's being met for me to make, for me to sacrifice. If I'm going to sacrifice for you, then you're going to have to sacrifice for me.
Right.
You're going to have to meet some of my imagined needs that have nothing to do with you too now.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's the bargain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we both going to meet each other's needs that have nothing to do with each other.
Right. The needs that we don't really have. That we probably won't even tell each other about, really.
We probably keep we had those needs, right, those desires.
And if he says if this is the way you use relationships, then what is really happening is you're trying to use pain for love. That's what's really going down. And he says when you're using relationships like this, and this is what you're trying to get out of relationships, and this is what they're for you, get somebody to meet the needs you made up. He says, how could guilt not enter your relationship? How could it not enter your relationship when that's the purpose of the relationship? You gonna meet my needs that I made up from my past based on people that aren't even you. How could guilt not enter?
That's cold.
Because
that's cold.
I can't do, if that's my purpose, then I can't be.
And what's the purpose of a special relationship again? What you just said.
The purpose of a special relationship is you agree, I find somebody who agrees to try to meet my imagined needs. These don't really have, based on what happened to me in the past, has nothing to do with you. And if that's the way I use relationships, then really what I'm really saying is I'm going to look for love in pain. Because how could a relationship like that not be full of guilt and anger and grievances? How could you not be pissed off all the time if that's the purpose? Your job is to meet my imagined needs, and no matter what you do, you can't meet them because they're imagined. And so I'm always going to be angry at you. You didn't meet my imagined needs. And then you're like, yeah, I did. But then you changed your need.
Constantly.
Right. Constantly.
Because you don't know what you need.
That's right.
So you're just trying out as many needs as you can come up with.
Exactly. So he says, so how could that not go to pain? He says, because separation, meaning using one person for a purpose you wouldn't use everybody else, that's where your guilt comes from. I use certain people for things I don't use other people for. That's where the guilt in my relationships comes from. He says, and to appeal to specialness, guilt for happiness is to believe that you're alone. That's so true. If you're going to look to a relationship like that for love, then you are definitely going to feel very lonely.
Wow. If I'm trying to use a relationship to meet my imagined needs,
Yes.
I'm going to be constantly disappointed.
Yes.
And so I'm going to be in a relationship, but I feel lonely in the relationship.
Yes.
And I'm feeling lonely in the relationship because I believe it's not meeting my imagined need.
Right. Yeah. And my imagined needs can't be filled, no matter how hard anybody tries.
Why?
Because the need is imagined. I imagine I have a need for somebody to make me feel good about myself, to make me feel special. And that's a made up need. That's an imagined need. And it's a need that no matter how much anybody tries to fill that need, it can't be filled. It's a need that can't be filled. An imagined need is a need that can't be filled. And specialness is the desire to be made special and singled out is a need that can't be satisfied. And then we get with these people and we find out, lo and behold, they can't satisfy our needs. So we get rid of that person. And here comes another person who wants to meet our needs. They really want to meet our needs. And lo and behold, they can't meet our needs. And we exchange them. Not realizing that the problem is not them. The problem is that I have a need that can be filled.
Because it's not real.
Because it's not real. I don't need to be singled out to have worth and value and love. I don't need to be singled out for love. And so I don't have that need to be made special. Whew. I just need to recognize that I am love. All right. So then he says, if you're in a relationship like that, you can't feel anything but alone. To be alone is to be guilty. For to experience yourself as alone is to deny the oneness of God and you, and so to attack reality. What did you hear in that, Raj?
What?
Was that an hour that we read that paragraph?
That paragraph.
No.
Okay, this is what I heard.
Okay.
All right, now what really makes it interesting to me is when I think about the Course in Miracles definitions of the words.
Okay.
You know, that's my, so I heard you said that my chief learning device is my past. The thing that I learned from the most is my past. Mm-hmm. And that means the thing that I learned from the most is gone. The thing that I learned from the most is gone. Okay? And so I heard you say it was in the past that I learned to define what I needed. So it was in the gone. It was in the gone.
What's gone?
It was in what's gone that I learned how to define my needs. And then I not only have learned to define my needs, I've also come up with ways that I think I'm going to meet my needs. Mm-hmm. So based on what I learned in the past that doesn't exist anymore, I am still defining my needs and trying to meet my needs based on a past learning that I don't even have anymore. Okay? That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that as long as I continue to define my needs around the old way of thinking, which was that I was separate and that I'm fearful and that I'm guilty. If I still make any, if I come up with any needs based on me being separate or afraid or different, then I heard that I'm going to come up with some way I'm going to try to meet that need. And I love how it says that I would try to come up with methods to get what I wanted on my own terms. So I would always want everything that I make up that I need to be on my own terms.
Of course.
And then I heard you say that as long as I limit love to just part of myself, since this is all myself, all of creation is myself, all of creation is myself, you're really myself.
That's right.
You are really myself.
Yes.
You are really myself. And if you are really myself, it makes sense to me that I don't understand you. Because I don't understand myself.
Right. Right.
So if you are myself, I don't understand you either. I don't understand you. I don't understand me. And I certainly don't understand anything because I thought you weren't myself.
Right.
I thought you were somebody else.
That's
I
right.
thought you were separate from me. This is so now I've got to stop. I can't help but try to define my needs. So right now, if I'm going to define my needs and acquire methods for meeting my needs, I need to define that I need to know I'm innocent. That I need to know that I don't understand what anything means.
Nice.
That I need to know that I've been learning from the past. I need to know that to limit my love to some parts of myself. He says that makes me feel guilty in all of my relationships. See, I used to think that I was feeling guilty in my relationships because of the things that I wanted to do outside of my relationship, which is simply the love. Okay, so what I'm hearing is actually my guilt was coming from only limiting my love to that one person,
who I decided could meet my imagined needs.
So I'm feeling guilty because I'm not loving any other parts of myself, and I'm trying to make this other person meet imagined needs for me that I don't even have, and they got to meet my. You got you. We just played this game like this. You got to meet my needs on my own terms. You got to meet my needs. Right.
Wait, meet your needs on your terms, based on your past that wasn't even in.
Right. Yeah. Wow. And I'm just to make you and me both feel guilty, Anna. I'm gonna limit my love to you. You're going to be the only woman I love. Now the chorus is so crazy, it's so deep. The chorus is saying, if I say to you that you're the only woman I love, then I am going to make my relationship with you guilty.
Yes.
If you say I'm the only man you love, then you're going to bring guilt into our relationship. I never would have thought the guilt was coming from me not loving more.
Everybody.
Yeah, I didn't realize that my guilt is coming from me not loving all the sonship, all the family of God. I heard that. And so whenever I'm in any relationship with you, or I'm in a relationship with anybody that I'm feeling guilty, I should say, I'm feeling guilty in this relationship. This relationship is feeling very unreal right now. I'm feeling guilty with you right now, Anna. Our relationship is feeling very unreal to me right now. We'll actually get to the level of consciousness one day that we'll feel guilty with each other about something, and we walk up to the other and say, hey, babe, I need to talk to you for a minute. We need to practice the holy instant right now. I don't need to have any private thoughts. And right now, I'm making our relationship unreal because I'm feeling guilty about something I think I did. So I'm making our relationship unreal. And what I need to communicate with you openly and ask you to remind me of the truth. Notice I didn't even tell you what to tell me.
Right.
I said I just want you to remind me of the truth. Because I'm making our relationship unreal because I'm feeling guilty with you about something. And then I heard him say that if I separate out certain aspects of creation, and then I look to all these different people, that's why I said all these different people to meet my imagined needs, separating everybody out in order to meet my need, he says, that's me believing in separation.
That's right.
Separating you out.
Yes.
I'm saying that I'm here because I want to let go of the separation, but separating you out is helping me keep the separation going.
That's
and
right.
then I pick out all kinds of separate people to meet needs that I am imagining, and in most cases they don't even know that I'm expecting them to meet, and so I'm resenting them for not meeting a need that I'm making bringing up that I haven't even told them about based on somebody else that I used to be with. I love you.
And that is why relationships that is the definition of an insane relationship.
But that's the way most of us do it.
That's relationships as we know them. Wow. Ooh, I gotta move on that one. Like Eagle's like, dang.
Well, I'm enjoying watching you move. Yeah, it feels like I don't know what your moving means.
My ego was trying to get away.
The ego was trying to get away.
Yes.
Oh my God! I just realized this. I'm with this black dude talking about holy relationship.
And it's being filmed. Now you go try it. That was so clear.
When you feel your ego,
was so clear.
Our ego is just fidgeting right now.
Then my ego tried to run away.
Yeah. Yeah, your ego's like you couldn't even go nowhere. You was trapped. You was like, all you can do. Because for one reason, you stuck to the sofa. This is the sofa that makes you practice the truth. Because you can't even move on this stuff. You can't get away from it. You be like stuck to it like a fly. It's fly paper. I don't know what kind of material this sofa made out of.
Especially if you have bare skin.
I feel like Spider-Man. Funny.
Oh my God, he's discovering my couch secret.
So that's how you get them guys to stay. They can't move. Anyway.
Dang! Can we edit this?
No.
Edit this out?
That'll mean we have to act like we know what this means. It'll mean that we judge based on our past experience when we got ran out of town. Is that what you judging this on? Based on the scandals of the past? We got to believe we can be this way and scandals won't happen this time.
We can tell the truth.
We can tell the truth. We don't have to bring our past experience into this time. It is like it says, so if I'm attempting to use separation to save me, if I'm singling out all these different people to meet my imagined needs, how can I not feel guilty if I'm limiting love, separating people out to meet my imagined needs on my own terms, making everything I'm doing with them unreal? He says, how could you not feel guilty?
How could you not feel guilty?
Yeah,
You'll always be giving people a hard time.
Yeah, you're always upset with somebody because they're not doing what you want them to do. And you know that's not right, so that's why you feel guilty.
That's where the guilt comes
from. That's where the guilt.
I know I'm not treating them right.
You know that's why the guilt's not because of any other reason than that. You know you're not treating treating somebody right when you're trying to just make them meet your imagined needs.
Exactly, where you're using them
and limit their love just to you.
I'm gonna limit you, and then I'm gonna ask that you limit your love to me.
I'm gonna limit you, but I'm gonna ask you to limit your love to me.
Yes, I love you.
Then I heard it says. Then it said to me that this what's causing my guilt is my feeling separate. What's causing my guilt is separation. The believing that I'm separate and special in the sense that I'm different from love. That I'm different from love. He says that is what's making me feel guilt. So to appeal for separation, which is specialness, as we do it, he says for salvation is to believe that I'm alone. So I'm alone, so I got to go out and get somebody to meet my imagined needs. So going out to try to get somebody to meet my imagined needs is a reflection of my belief that I'm alone.
That's right.
I'm alone, so I got to go out and get something. That's what I heard. And then it says to be alone is to be guilty. So every time I feel alone, if I was to say, I'm feeling guilty right now. I'm feeling lonely right now means I'm feeling guilty right now. I'm feeling lonely right now means I am feeling guilty right now. Me feeling lonely right now is me feeling guilty. Right now. If I feel lonely, I'm feeling guilty. If I feel lonely, I'm feeling guilty. If I feel lonely, I'm feeling guilty. Guilt is loneliness. Guilt is loneliness. Guilt is loneliness. Loneliness is guilt.
And guilt is how you make yourself lonely.
Guilt is how you make yourself lonely because you feel like you're alone in your guilt.
That's right.
And this last
people won't want to be around you.
Right, because they don't want you to. They don't want to have to meet all of your imagined needs. You won't let them be. You
and
got
then
so
be attacked when you can't meet their needs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like who wants to hang out with that kind of person?
Exactly. So you will feel lonely.
You have to make it. When you're not loving somebody, you got to try to trick them into giving you all of their attention so that they won't notice how much better everybody else treats them. I mean, because they don't because then they don't have nobody to compare it to.
Right.
I'm giving you just a little crummy love, but you're not letting yourself love or be loved by anyone else.
So you're not getting any comparison.
So you're not getting any comparison to see. So you really think what you're receiving might be valuable. But then the minute you really see what it's like to experience real compassion and real love and real recognition, it is no way you could limit yourself to that limited love.
Exactly.
So that's why people try to make sure you limit your love just to them.
Right.
It's so that you won't experience the love that's greater than that limiting love that they're giving you.
Exactly. So you have to make them feel guilty about extending.
You got to make them feel too guilty to do anything.
Right, exactly.
Because you don't want them to
Certainly
leave
not to love
you.
everybody equally.
Because then they would need you.
Right. Right, because the special relationship is based on needs.
That are made up.
Yes.
That's
That
what's
are
such a
made-
trip. That's
yes.
what's so cold.
That's what's cold.
That's what's cold.
It's not even like it's a real need.
It's like made up need. I've come up with a made up need that unless I have a partner who salsa dances, life is not worth living.
Oh,
Unless I have a
I
partner that
know.
salsa dances, life is not worth living. So now I made up this imagined need. Now here you come. You don't have the slightest interest in salsa. You hip hop
I
that.
have no idea about
Yeah, you have
that.
no idea. But I got this imagined need to have a woman that's a salsa dancer. So even though you don't know anything about, as a matter of fact, I didn't even ask you if you wanted to be
right.
my salsa dancing partner. Now I'm beginning to resent you because I'm suggesting salsa dancing or trying to get you to go salsa dancing, and you don't want to do that. So I'm going to make you feel guilty because you're not meeting my imagined need.
Right. Yeah, and you didn't even ask me if I liked salsa dancing.
But it's not about what you like.
Right, exactly.
It's about getting my imagined need
Right.
fulfilled. Don't
That's
you understand
the purpose of the relationship.
Don't you understand the purpose of this relationship is for you to meet my
Okay,
needs?
so the purpose of this relationship, Raj, is to meet your imagined needs.
Right, that's it, baby. That's it. I mean,
And to
that's not
look
asking
and
too
to
much.
look like you would like to see.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't you know, that's the purpose. That is the purpose of specialness.
Yes.
That's the purpose of it, is for you to meet my imagined need, and then for me to. But I'm going to feel guilty for doing this because I know that's not right, and I also feel guilty for doing this because I'm going to ask you to limit your love to nobody but me, limit your attention to no one but me. Because if you didn't, you might realize how much better somebody else could treat you than somebody who was just trying to use you for their own personal needs.
Right.
That's why I picked you when you walk in the door, because I thought you could meet some need that I had right then, whether it was a need to be affectionate or a need for communication or a need for sex or a need for, like, it's like I'm looking at you in terms of what is the imagined need that I have.
A need assessment.
Just walked in. Anna just walked in.
Assessing need quotient.
Oh, my need to see pretty legs. Oh, my need to talk to somebody, talk to court. My need, say, so can she meet that need? I'm
That's
assessing
right.
my needs.
Right.
And I want you to meet them even though you can't stand me. You don't even know me. And then I'm gonna talk about you and say you all snooty if you don't respond to my attempt to connect with you to meet my imagined needs, baby.
Yep.
Is that what I'm talking about? Is that why I singled you out over everybody else that was in the club? Because I thought you could fulfill my personal needs the best. That's really my attraction.
Yeah.
It didn't have nothing to do with you.
Meanwhile, I'm just walking along having no idea that this whole universe of expectation is being projected on me.
Isn't that the truth?
Except that I'm walking around also doing my need assessment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Every person I see, it's like you see in the movies. You see the face, and then you see all the data flash in front of their face.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Now, when I say to you, yes, I would like to be singled out to meet your imagined needs.
Okay, talk to me.
Because I have also assessed you to be able to meet some of my needs. Now, then we have a match made in heaven.
Oh, so cool. We got a match now because I got some imagined needs that you are willing to meet.
Yes.
And you have some imagined needs that you think I might be good material for.
Yes.
Now we can say, boy, we really got turned on by each other tonight. We was attracted. Boy, we need to hook up, baby.
Right, there was a mutual attraction that went down.
Yeah, there's a mutual imagined need meeting possibility. Potential, yeah. There's a possibility.
There's a match.
They might think they could possibly meet imagined needs that nobody can meet, but they can meet them with each
like
other.
on the game show when the match happens. Beep, 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 beep. It's a match.
And we won't recognize it's a match made in hell.
Will not recognize that. Not for a while. Not for a while.
Because for a while we would try to meet each other's imagined needs. You
Yeah, and do pretty good at it. Pretty good. It's hard work. It takes up a lot of time and energy. Woo! Can't really have other relationships because all your energy is required
frankly,
to maintain.
I'd be afraid to have other relationships this demanding anyway.
So you don't actually have enough time to be in relationships like that. Many of them, where the purpose is for you to meet their needs that you not even know about. That's a lot. That's high maintenance.
That's too much work for me.
That's a lot of work.
That's too much work for me.
That's probably why people do monogamy more often, just because it's more simple. It's less work. We're lazy.
I mean, if you're gonna use somebody for a need that's not really there, you know, there's a whole lot of work. You should at least just make sure you're just doing it with each other.
Exactly.
It's actually would be cruel to have more people you were trying to do.
Exactly. It's not a loving purpose to give to one person. But yet you're gonna have that using purpose with all these different people. That's not a very loving gift.
So actually, by focusing in on each other, you're actually keeping each other from feeling more guilty by applying the same imagined need script to a lot of people, actually, which isn't very loving.
So really, I'm helping the world to be a better place by allowing them to limit their love to me, in a way, as long as that's their purpose.
So in a way, you could see monogamy as a beautiful way for two people who want to limit love to just focus on each other and don't try to limit nobody else. That's really kind of sweet. And then the polyamorous is just a bunch of other bodies, but that's in a sense all having, it's like being able to meet your imagined needs with more bodies peacefully. Like to me, it's like
that's the goal.
To me, it's like when you think of polyamory, still coming from the perspective of it's just two beings focusing energy on each other to the exclusion of everybody else. Right. So if that doesn't make any difference, if it's one person or it's 5 people, you're still limiting your attention and your love to the exclusion of somebody else.
Right, exactly.
So they're really not different at all.
Right. You're doing the same thing with both of them. You're separating them out to meet your imagined needs. Whether you're doing it with one or many.
So it's not different.
It's the same relationship.
It's the same relationship.
In content, it's the same relationship.
The same era.
Yeah. And and there's only one kind of relationship that you could be having with everybody. And it's defined by whatever your purpose for being in a relationship is. You know, if my purpose for being in a relationship with you is to get you to meet my imagined needs, then that is my purpose for all of them.
That's why when someone doesn't meet your imagined needs and you break up with them, you just take your imagined need and then you just look for the next person that you think can meet it. And whoever you think can meet it, you're going to focus your attention on them exclusively to the exclusion of the person that you were just with, even though you're going to be using the person that you were just with to define the needs that you think you have in this new relationship. I don't know, that's deep.
That's why he calls special relationships a chain of savagery. A chain of savagery around your neck. It's like one painful relationship after another,
but broken in two by periods in which, you know, it looks like everything is cool.
Yes.
You know, sometimes it's so much fun when I go through. I journal a lot, and it's so much fun for me to go back and look at the things that other people have said to me in other relationships over and over and over, and I've said to them over and over and over, and it's the same thing. And then you begin to realize that if that relationship should end and that person moves on to somebody else, they're literally going to be saying and doing basically the exact same thing again, as long as they still believe that a relationship is about getting your imagined needs met and limiting love to some person to the exclusion of everyone else. Love, and I keep reminding myself, sex is physical sex is of the body. The body, it does not last. So ultimately, that can't really be the issue.
The body can never be the seat of love.
No, the body is not really about the body.
Right.
But
love doesn't have anything to do with the body. Just hopefully, though, the body will express love.
And you know what my strongest imagined need is? My strongest imagined need is to possess and to have you all to myself.
Yes, I know
that's
I got that need too.
Yeah, that's my biggest imagined need in a special relationship. Is to I thought about that. The biggest imagined need is that you got to have them.
There you go.
Period.
That's the same thing as saying I have an impulse to possess them. Your biggest imagined need is your need of them.
I'm imagining I need you. I'm really imagining I need you. And since I'm imagining I need you, I'm really, really going to want to limit you and possess you. Is that okay? But if you want to do it to me, do you want to possess me and limit me too?
Well, I have to get back to you.
Okay.
I don't think I really want to limit and possess you. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
Well, see, that's the same as saying she's just not that into me. You know, that's what she's not just into me really mean. I don't want to limit you
That's what it really
and
means.
possess you.
I love you too
can't
much.
meet my imagined needs.
Yes.
And so, no, I'm not going to have you over.
I'm not going to limit my love to you.
I'm not going to limit my love to you. I'm looking for the right person to limit my love to.
Right.
And that's only going to be the person that I think is going to meet my imagined need.
So right now, you're not the right person for me to attack. You're not the right guilt match for me.
It's because I'm black. I know that's what it is. If I wasn't black, I could meet your imagined need. I know what it is. The color of my body. The color of my body makes a difference, doesn't it?
Is that based on your past learning?
Growing up in the South, yeah, right.
Oh.
That's right.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. Did you grow up there too?
That's what you're seeing me as.
Yes.
What a coincidence.
I just see how this stuff applies to everything. I especially like to talk about the stuff that people don't like to talk about, like race. You know what I'm saying? Because that's always been the stupidest thing in the world to me. I can remember when I was a kid, I always thought that racism was the stupidest thing that I could have ever imagined. You're not gonna like me because of what? The color of my skin.
Run that by me again.
Run that by me again. I'm not supposed to like you because of the color of your skin. Will you please? To me, that just seems so illogical and just so insane. Just that when you just thought about it objectively.
Yeah, well, it is.
But I was in a world where it looked like nothing mattered more than my color growing up in the South when I grew up. And so I had to come to the point on my spiritual path that I realized that I was the one, that was my own mind, that I was looking at my own racist projections.
Yes. Yep.
That was like a turn. It's like, whoa, you know, those racist thoughts, which is nothing but another form of separation thoughts.
That's it.
They're coming from my own mind. I'm looking at my own consciousness. And when I start owning my own racism thought, then I can go beyond it because I recognize it's not coming from anywhere outside of me. So I can get control over it.
Beautiful. That's the way to do it.
And then that's when the racist left my life.
That's right. That's the correction of racism.
That's the correction of racism.
And it's the ultimate singling out.
It's the ultimate singling out
of one people, you know, from another people.
I'm gonna limit my love to black folk. I'm gonna limit my love to whatever my ethnic group is, whatever my race is. So I'm gonna exclude every other group. And he said us, that's why y'all feel guilty.
And that's why you feel guilty. That's
why y'all feel guilty, because y'all are
that's
limited.
Not a loving gift. That's mean. That's mean.
So that last sentence, that's the sentence that to me was mind-boggling, which is the one that says, to experience yourself as alone is to deny the oneness of the Father and His Son. See, in other words, to me, I heard like, if I say I'm alone, I'm saying I am choosing not to know that I'm one with my Creator.
Right, that's it.
I'm alone.
That's
I'm choosing
it.
not to know that I'm connected to God.
Yes.
I'm choosing not to know that I'm connected to love.
Yes.
How could I be lonely unless I'm alone? And if I say I'm alone, I'm denying my connection to Source. I'm denying my connection to you. I'm denying whenever I'm alone, I'm just denying my connection to everything.
That's right. That's what loneliness means.
I'm denying my connection to everything.
It doesn't mean you're alone.
It just means I'm denying my connection to everyone.
Right. That's what loneliness really means.
Tonight, what's happening? Well, tonight I'm denying my connection to everyone and go, pop some popcorn and watch TV. Because I'm feeling kind of lonely. I'm feeling like I'm denying my oneness with everybody tonight. Really? Yeah, I'm feeling lonely.
Yeah.
That's what lonely means, I'm denying my oneness with everybody tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
Isn't that special?
Yeah, and if you said it that way, you wouldn't be denying your oneness.
Exactly. You'd stop denying your oneness of you and Creator.
That's 2 paragraphs.
That's 2 paragraphs.
That's 2 paragraphs.
Yeah.
We'll be 900 years old by the time we get through this. By the time we get through this section.
Yeah, hope you're enjoying it, because there's a lot more to come.
The Course in Miracles. I don't
Years.
think anybody could be bored with the Course in Miracles. I mean, it challenges everything in me. To
Exactly.
Tell the truth.
How could that be boring?
How could that be boring?
It challenges every illusion. Every illusion.
It doesn't take any prisoners.
No, it doesn't.
I love it. It says, Marie, to you, and then
Okay.
you're going to tell me. I'm so excited. I always get so excited about hearing your thoughts. I really do. You know,
Baby,
the
thank
first
you.
thing
That's
I noticed
awesome.
about you was your mind.
Really?
Yeah, I promise. That's the first thing I looked at was your mind.
Well, you must have one big mind to be able to look past that little white skirt that I had on.
What's white
And
skirt?
you must
Coming
be
to
like
white-
a
what's white
spiritual
skirt?
genius.
I didn't notice it. You talking about the one that was exactly 18 inches and 2 centimeters long? You talking about that one? No, I didn't notice that. That had the little seam that went up the left side up to the 45-degree angle. No, I didn't notice that skirt at all.
Yes,
I
that
went
one.
straight for your mind. That's the only first thing. That's what,
Because
you know,
that skirt was merciless. So,
it was. It
So-
made me call for God. It was
See?
like immediately like, remember what your purpose is.
See?
Remember
See
what your purpose
See what
is.
a superhero mind you
Oh,
have?
I
You
saw
were able to
it.
see my mind.
I saw your mind.
even beneath the.
But then I came up
behind
with
the-
an imagined need.
Oh, right.
See, the temptation was
In
to come
how
up with an
many minutes?
imagined need. Oh, about 3 seconds. I came up with an imagined
You're
need.
bragging.
I know. That was the result of a lot of work to get up to 3 seconds.
say
Actually.
bragging.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's what.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you know that took a lot of work to get up to 3 seconds. You know, before I started coming up with my plan.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
your imagined need.
My imagined need, and then come up with ways that you could meet that need.
Yes,
and then when you do that, I would lose sight of who you were.
Yeah.
Didn't even see you no more.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
just a skirt.
That's right. You become just a skirt. I mean, you know, it's holy skirt, an innocent skirt. That's not, you know, that's not sinful. That's not guilty. It just means I've forgotten.
That's it. You just forgot.
But I don't have to judge that and just say,
That's
I don't
right.
know what that means.
That's right.
I
As
don't know what that
soon
means.
As you say, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Then you have reversed.
Yeah, I don't know what seeing a short skirt and then making you come up with an imagined
Yes.
need that needs to be met.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Yes.
Oh, God, that's
Yeah.
so freeing.
Isn't that, it's
Ooh, that
freeing.
felt
That's-
so good.
That is the perfect word for it. Freeing. Now,
That
you know
was-
you've
yeah.
heard the truth when you feel free. Freer. Whew, you feel freed up. Okay.
Okay, so here you go.
All right.
You, Anna,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot love parts of reality and understand what love means.
Mm-hmm.
If you would love unlike to God,
Mm-hmm.
who knows no special relationships or special
Mm-hmm.
love.
God
So
knows
who
no
is
special
God?
love.
God is who knows no special love.
Oh, no,
So another
that's-
term for God is, I'm going to pray to who knows no special love. God.
Now that is the best definition I've heard in a long time.
God, who knows no special love, who knows no different type of love, who knows no difference in love, who just loves.
Yeah, he doesn't separate out specific certain parts of people to love.
No more than the sunshine does.
That's right. Just like exactly, no more than sunshine does. Okay.
So if you love unlike to God, Anna,
Mhm.
who knows no special love, how can you understand it? If you love unlike to God, how
Right.
can you understand the love of
Right.
God? To believe that special relationships with special love can offer you salvation. That means you believe that separation is salvation, that separation is healing, that separation is happiness. To believe that specialness can offer you salvation is for you to believe that separation is what saves you. That separation is the
Yes.
best state you could possibly be.
Aloneness.
Aloneness is the best state that you can be
Aloneness.
in. So to believe that special relationships with special love can offer you salvation is to believe that separation is salvation. For it is the complete equality of the atonement in which salvation lies, in the complete equality of the healing. Atonement is the correction of error. So we could go, it is in the complete equality of the correction of error that everyone gets equally corrected,
Yes.
in which peace lies, in which salvation lies. So Anna, how can you decide that special aspects of the family of God can give you more than others? How can you decide that some people can give you more than others?
Oh. This is the past.
The past has
Oh,
taught you
yeah,
that.
yeah,
The
yeah,
past
yeah.
taught you that some people could give you more than others.
Right.
Yet the holy instant, which is the innocent instant, the I don't know what anything means instant, the I don't know what anything means instant, teaches you that there is no such thing as one person being able to give you any more than another person can give you. There is no such thing as one person being able to give you more than another person can give you.
Wow, no such thing. And as a matter of fact, to know love is to know that love, that nobody can give you anything more than anybody else.
And that you can receive from anybody anything you can receive from anybody. You can receive from anybody anything you can receive from anybody.
Wow.
So what did you hear? That was another.
Wow. That's a powerful paragraph right there.
That was another one. Yeah.
That's a powerful paragraph. I'm going to move on that one. All right. Okay. The couch is.
I know the couch.
The couch
is letting you take care of some of its imagined needs and its acquired methods for me, like sucking you in.
I swear.
The couch wants you.
The Venus flytrap
The couch wants you. The couch wants you.
Okay. Okay. If you say that you really want to know what love means, then you will never know what love means while you're only trying to love part.
Okay, so relate that it's best to me, like me and you, for instance, like relationship, and let's see how.
All right, let's see.
Okay. Be hardcore.
All right.
Even the stuff my ego wouldn't want to hear you say because it's the truth.
Right.
Because you know I want your love limited to me.
All right.
Okay, let's get to all special relationships. You want the love limited to you. Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to say to you, Earl, is, Earl, I know you're going to feel really tempted to limit your love to me. You're going to feel really tempted to.
Speak louder.
Okay, you're going to feel really tempted to limit your love to me.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be so fine and so much fun, and I'm going to be telling you the truth.
Okay.
And because you still have guilt and fear, you're going to be tempted to limit your love to me so that you don't lose me.
I'm going to be tempted to limit my love to you so that I won't lose you.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you do that, I'm going to see that you don't love me.
If I limit my love to you, you are so conscious that you realize that means I do not love you.
Right. And I may not be around you if I see that you're not really loving me.
By extending my love, you may not be around me if you don't see that I love you.
Yes.
By
limiting your love.
I don't love you if I'm limiting my love to you. I don't love you if I'm only limiting my love. That is diametrically opposite to everything we're taught about love. You know that. You know that, right?
I know that. Now you said say to you the thing that I knew your ego would most not want to hear.
Okay.
Especially in the beginning.
That's what I had to say.
And that the reason that I'll know that's not love is because if you limit your love to me, you're going to be putting a lot of scripts on me. You're going to be projecting all your imagined needs on me. I can't fill them. They can't be filled. And you are going to guilt trip me. You're going to attack me to make me feel guilty.
Hey, how did you know about that plan? How did you know about that plan? Attacking you to make you feel guilty because I want you to meet my imagined need that you're not meeting. How do you know about that?
Well, when I studied the Course in Miracles, that's how I became privy.
So in other words, you were doing it all the time. You were doing it all the time, but you didn't know it until you got into the Course.
Right, and then I became privy to the plan of the ego.
It's like there's a secret plan that we've become privy to.
Right, exactly. And the ego's secret plan. The ego doesn't state its plan out loud. It doesn't go, hey, I want to form this relationship so that we can deepen our hate and deepen our insanity. You know, the ego doesn't say that.
It doesn't walk up and say, hey, I want you to meet my imagined needs.
Yes,
that's your whole purpose.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm standing up in front of you right now. And I want you to now love nobody else and have any kind of connection to anybody else but me. Nobody says that when they first walk up to you.
Nobody. The ego never states what its real purpose is, what it really wants. It always covers and hides it with love. It always goes, I love you. I love you. I love you like I've never loved anybody before. Okay, so if you limit your love to me and I see that, I'm going to change my locks.
Wow. That's what a conscious woman would say to me. If you limit your love to me, then I'm going to have to change my locks.
Right. Because to try to love to try to love parts of reality means you don't. If you're just trying to love me, that means you don't understand love. You don't understand love.
If I'm just trying to love only you.
Right. And I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't know love. That's a lot of drama. It's a lot of pain, and it's not really even having a relationship. It's a state of separation that seems to be what it's not. So that's what I would say to you. Because what I would say to you, Raj, is if you're going to try to love not like God, if you're going to try to love me unlike God who doesn't know any special loves, then you're not going to be able to understand love between us. So because to believe that special relationships,
our special relationship,
right, to believe the relationship that has the purpose of meeting our own imagined needs.
Okay.
He says, let me read that again. He says, to believe that kind of relationship can offer happiness, to want that kind of relationship, is to really believe that my happiness will be found in a lot of pain. I believe happiness is found in pain. That's what it means to believe that a relationship like that can make me happy, make me feel loved. Woo! Now,
what else did you hear?
Okay, here's what else I heard. You know that person that we walk up to and go, ooh, you look exactly like you could fit my need profile.
That's what we do. And when we go on the dating sites or just in our attitude, because I like dating sites, I think they can save time. But that's what we're doing. We're listing our imagined needs, and then we're also listing the imagined needs of someone else that we think we might meet. We call our attributes and our skills and what we're into. Do you have this need?
Right.
These are the needs I think I can meet.
Yes.
And I'm looking for a person who can meet these needs that I think I have.
Right.
Email me.
If only that was what we really did and wrote our imagined needs. We don't say our needs. We say, oh, this is what I have to offer. And this is what I have to offer.
We don't call it a need.
And this is what I have to offer.
Oh, that's great. That's
right?
great. Yeah, that's great.
And I'm intelligent, and I'm fun, and I'm funny, and I'm cute, and I offer blah blah blah. We don't say, here's my list of needs. Are you the man?
Are you the woman to meet my imagined need? Huh? If so, call me. Wow. And if you don't, if you don't meet my imagined need,
please don't call me.
And we have our initial meeting and we don't see where we can meet each other's imagined needs, we probably won't see each other anymore.
And please don't stalk me.
I'm not going to fulfill that need. No need to stalk. You're misguided. If you're going to stalk somebody who at least you think can meet your imagined need.
Amen.
I've already said I can't, so I'm the wrong person to be stalked by you.
Okay.
We don't want you to have stalk failure.
Exactly. Don't be a stalk failure.
Don't be a stalk
failure.
Me. If you don't stalk me, because I'm not going to meet your imagined needs. So don't hang around until you think I am. It ain't going to happen. Stalk the person you can have, and they invite you in.
Truly.
I can just picture I'm stalking you, and you turn around and go, "Hey, come on, where you been? Come on, it won't do.
Stop sneaking around in the bushes.
That's right.
I got dinner waiting for you.
Because we can meet each other's imagined needs. You don't have to stalk me.
You have a need to stalk, and I have a need to be stalked. So come on in. Okay. And so there's a very good logical reason why I choose this person, the way I decide this person can meet my needs, but not that person. There's a very logical reasoning behind you can meet my needs and you can't. The decision as to who can and who can't. And it has nothing to do with anything but my past. That's what's taught me. Oh, you can meet my needs. You look like the person from my past. You can meet my needs. That's what determines. So it's not karma. It's not fate. It's I saw that you could meet my imagined needs. Mm-hmm. And not like destiny.
And a soulmate is somebody who you really believe can meet your imagined needs to the exclusion of anybody for real.
For real.
It's the most special relationship of them all.
I mean, it can so meet your imagined needs so well that you don't need anybody else.
And I would also see it as a relationship where it looks like you're meeting your imagined needs so well that you actually think they're being met.
Wow. Now that's the soulmate.
Even though the need isn't real, you really think it's being met.
Mm-hmm.
So so in a way, a soulmate would be the person that you could deceive yourself with the most.
Oh my God.
Because that would be the one that would be trying the most to meet your imagined need.
Wow.
As long as you met there.
Right.
But you don't know that because you meeting each other's needs so well, you don't even know how fragile the relationship is.
Wow. Deep.
Because it's not based on something real, which is not needing each other to meet each other's needs.
That's
ultimately.
Right. Exactly.
But y'all to convince yourselves it's not only that it's possible and that you can have someone meet your needs.
That exactly. The illusion is that your needs can be met.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're having the perception that your needs are being met, you are not perceiving correctly. Needs by their very nature can't be met. A need. Wow. Because a need is nothing but a denial or rejection of
what's already there.
Yes.
A need is a rejection of what's already there.
Yes.
A need is a need is a reflection of choosing to be unaware of what's already there.
Exactly. I was having a realization recently that need to be made special is a need that I made up that can't be filled. It cannot. I was like, damn, I have made up a need that cannot be filled by anybody.
But you're fortunate because you get so many people to try. Some people, they don't even get a lot of attempts. They don't even get a lot of people who even think that they can meet their imagined needs. They were praying for it. With somebody out there, please think I can meet their... Even though I can't meet it, at least you'll take me out. Please. They be standing on the corner with my little sign, imagine need, just any kind of...
That's right, imagine needs.
It's imagine needs. You know,
we'll work
for imagined needs. We'll work for imagined needs to be met. That will work for just one little imagined need to be met.
But we all know. We all know. We've all had that experience where our needs seem to be get met. Somebody's willing to do it, and we're still not happy.
Yeah.
You know, it's so.
Yeah.
So that was my awakening. I was like, wow, I have a need that can't be satisfied. I made up a need. Not only did I make up a need, but I made up one that can't be satisfied. No matter how many people try to make me special and single me out for their love. So it's the need itself that brings me pain. Not that people can't meet them.
Wow.
Okay. So go on.
So
go on. So this is what enables me to decide that some people can meet my needs better than others.
Right.
My past.
Right.
But in that holy instant where I'm not judging and where I'm saying I don't know what this means, I realize I'm taught that it's not so. That one person can meet my needs better than another person in terms of happiness. So I want to stop deciding who can meet my needs for specialness.
And which would go back to the original premise of, I don't understand what this relationship is for.
Right. Yes.
Because I'm still tempted to think it's about having my imagined needs met on my own terms. And if I think my relationship with you is about having my fantasies acted out on my own terms, then I don't know what this relationship is for.
That's right.
Because that's not what it's for.
That's not what it's for.
Damn.
Sorry to say, that person was not created by the Creator to meet your imagined needs.
You weren't made to fulfill my fantasies?
Baby, I love you, but that ain't my purpose. That is not what God created me. I love you, and I really hope you find somebody. I really hope you find somebody who can meet those needs. But that was not what I was created for. It's not what I was put on this earth for.
It might not have been what you were created for, but it was for you. It's what you were created for.
Oh, stop, that's
so that
true.
created you.
That is true.
That, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put you in that crate.
You did crate me.
So I crated you.
Yes, you did. And for a while, it was kind of a roomy crate.
And you liked the crate, didn't you?
Had some nice crate furniture. With a little paint on the walls.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, a little paint on the wall of the crate. You was happy, weren't you?
Yeah.
But what happened? What made you want to get out of my crate?
Well, then about 5 minutes passed.
Uh-huh.
Then I realized that I was imprisoned. Yeah, I realized
the curtains
that
the curtains didn't have the bars.
I had literally just walled myself in, thinking that would make me happy. That's what would give me love. Yeah. All right, so now.
Let me check and see how long we've been recording. I need to look at my watch. Well, an hour and 19 minutes. Wow. So we're gonna wrap up this segment, and then we're gonna do another one. So, provided that someone hasn't had an imagined need to try to get rid of us, we'll be back, continuing with the holy instant and special relationships.
Thanks, Raj.
You know what was the main point you got out of this session? The main one I got was the main thought that I think I'm gonna be with for a while is this whole thing about coming up with my imagined needs and looking for people to meet them and then judging everybody based on my past experience with somebody else.
Right.
That was what I heard.
Yeah, and that being the unspoken, unconscious purpose of our relationships as directed by the ego. And that now we want to have relationships that have the purpose of correcting the belief in need. And
recognizing that it's an I don't understand what this means relationship. That holy instant is I don't understand what this means because I'm not going to use my own past learning as the light to guide me now.
Yes.
You know, I don't know what this means. I'm not going to use my past learning as the knowledge to guide me now.
Yes.
I'm not going to use my past experience of this as the knowledge to guide me now.
Yes. I'm not going to use my past experience as the knowledge to determine how I perceive this.
And how I respond to this.
And how I respond to it. What it means.
In our relationship. So when something comes up in our relationship, the first thing I need to remind myself of is that I'm making it unreal because I'm feeling guilt and anger. I'm making our relationship unreal when I'm feeling guilt and anger because it means that I am in that moment limiting my love to you.
Meaning I'm not loving you very well.
I'm not loving you right now. That's why I'm mad. That's why I'm mad. And I'm mad at you because you are not meeting an imagined need that I have according to the methods I've come up with on my own terms for you to please me, and you're not doing it. Yes. And that's where my guilt is coming from. Not what you did, but just this whole process of running down on you, of looking for you to meet my imagined needs, makes me feel guilty.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm really feeling guilty about, not what you did.
Because I know that's not right to use you that way.
That's right. You feel angry right now, separate from me, because you've been using me for a purpose that I don't have. Imagine saying that, to somebody
I'm
when
upset
you're
with
feeling
you right
upset.
now because I'm being tempted to use you for a purpose that you really don't have, and a purpose that's not the real purpose I should be wanting you for.
Exactly. Yes. And that's only my ego that wants that. In this moment, my holy instant, I'm remembering that what I really want is to really love you like God loves. I want to love, real love is like God loves. So what I really want right now is to love you like God does. Meaning with no specialness, no exclusion.
Of love.
Of love. Of love.
And the Course defines love as full appreciation.
That's right.
So when you use the word full appreciation, it's not as frightening to the ego. I don't want you to limit your full appreciation to me only. Yes. I want you to appreciate others.
That's beautiful to hear.
Yeah. So that to me
really nice.
That definition of love is makes the ego go.
That's right.
Okay, I can relate to you. Maybe. As long as it don't take you away from me.
Right.
As long as it don't take your body away, you can appreciate anybody you want. Because I'm not interested in what you think other than whether it's not going to bring your body closer to me or take your body away from me. That's what I'm really interested in. That's what I'm interested in knowing about what you're thinking. Is it going to take you away from meeting my imagined need? Or is your thinking along the lines of what can you do to take care of my imagined needs?
Right.
That's what I'm listening for. when you're talking. Really, is this conversation going to meet any of my imagined needs? I hear, or you're not
That's
paying.
the filter that everything goes through.
And that's why it looked like the other person not paying attention to you, because there's nothing you're saying that's meeting any kind of an imagined need they have right there.
Now they're filtering out everything you're saying.
Because it's not meeting any needs.
Right. That's right.
Especially my need for you to shut the hell up. If you're still talking and I wish you was being quiet, you certainly not meeting my imagined need. Totally. Yep. And that's why I'm not listening, because you're not meeting my imagined need. That's why I'm not responding, because you're not meeting my... So what people would call a relationship growing cold could possibly be two people slowly recognizing that they're not going to meet each other's imagined needs.
That's what happened in mine. In all my relationships that went cold, that was it. I reached a moment where I realized this relationship is not going to meet my imagined needs.
That's what happened to me.
And that's what happened for them.
That's what happened to them too.
One point they saw the same thing. This relationship is not going to, this person's not going to meet my imagined needs.
And then we call it, I'm not so into you anymore, or I'm not in love with you, or I'm disillusioned, or I need to let you go. Why?
Yes,
because,
space.
basically, it needs some space.
You're not meeting my needs.
You're not meeting my imagined needs, and you're not leaving in the space for anybody else to come in to substitute you who can possibly meet my imagined needs. I need you out of the bed so the person who can meet my imagined needs would maybe be in it better, would maybe be in this bed, and therefore I want you to leave because you're not meeting my imagined need. Right. That would be interesting if you broke up in a relationship. But I had a relationship that essentially lovingly completed exactly that way. In a coffee shop, where we both decided that we weren't meeting each other's imagined needs, and still wanted to admit that we wanted to play the game, continuing to see if somebody else could meet our imagined need, and then blessed each other to see if that could happen. And we call it breaking up. And then we communicate with each other as to how we can most peacefully do this.
Beautiful.
In terms of me even calling her sometimes and saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to be at this party tonight. I just want to let you know in case there might not be something you feel peace about right now, so you can make a decision rather than just walking in and seeing me if that's something that right now might be a little bit challenging because we're trying to meet somebody else that'll meet our imagined needs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to inhibit that. You can have that kind of sanity and that kind of honesty, and you'll stay awake.
That's right.
Because you tell each other the truth. I just wanted you. It wasn't love. I just had an imagined need based on my past experiences, and I came up with a way that I wanted that need met, and I wanted you to do it, and you are not doing it. In most cases, you didn't even know.
That's right.
You weren't doing it because I wasn't even talking to you.
Nobody advertises with their needs.
So that was good. That was a good closure, wasn't it? So go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com, and you can see videos and classes that I do that I put online. And go to my website. It's got some really cool information. Love to talk to you.
And if you want to see my class videos, you can just go to YouTube and put in Anna Kujawa.
Kujawa.
Princess of Power.
Princess of Power. So that's Kujawa, Kujawa, and Purdy, Purdy. You are my mighty companion. It feels good. It makes me feel more innocent to be saying these things, knowing that I got some other mighty companions out there that are watching. That Anna and I were talking right before the class about our study in the video. That the thing that excites us the most about doing this is that we will attract mighty companions to us that appreciate us just the way we are.
That's the way we do it.
Just the way we do it, which is really cool. And everybody that doesn't, that's okay. You really don't care. But what's exciting is the fact that there will be people that will be connecting to us that it looks like we fulfill their imagined need to have the truth come in this particular form. And they fulfill our imagined need to have it be shared. So thank you. Thank you for your love and for the great comments and stuff that we've been receiving. And
great comments.
And those of you who feel frightened by anything we say or do and doesn't feel right for you, then it's okay. It's okay to move in a direction that's opposite from us, in another direction that you feel more peace in, because the name of the game is we're not changing for anyone. We're through changing. We're just going to be ourselves as much as we possibly can. That's what we're trying to teach each other. And we want to support you in doing that also. You're innocent. Course in Miracles students, no matter what you think you've done, you are innocent. You just might have to learn some lessons in forgiveness and stuff, but you're innocent, innocent, innocent.
You are innocent.
Anna, you are innocent.
Earl, you are innocent.
You are innocent.
You are innocent.
Innocent. And so I want you to have an innocent relationship with me. I want to be a constant reminder of your guiltlessness and your sinlessness and your innocence. That's my purpose with you now. I got past the little white short skirt and now I know what my real
Only took
purpose
25
is.
years.
It only took 25. That's all right.
That's okay.
I enjoyed all
Remember
25 years.
Thank God.
That's what I love about the Holy Spirit. It's like
Yes.
you learn through rewards,
Yes.
and you learn through joy. And he talks about how he'll take whatever your thing is and will use it to wake you up.
Yes, I love
So
that.
I love that. That's what I said. Holy Spirit, use that short skirt to wake me up to God and tell
And
me
it did.
and make me recognize the truth. That's exactly what
And
the
it did.
being that was wearing it did. You know what I'm saying? I love it. So we love you, and we'll see you in the next now moment. Da, 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 da.